16 with the Paul and Silas, but today I'm going to be using the 12. And now about the time Herod the king stretched out his hand to harass some from the church. And as is in the New Testament, if you are a person that we feel that, oh, maybe warfare was meant to only be in the old, this is after the death of Christ. The Bible lets us know that the time Herod stretched out his hands to harass the church. And he killed the brother of John. And there is a mystery that you see the Bible let us know why did he win for them. These people were the people that really talked about the gospel. So if Herod wants someone quick to kill, he needs to go for the ones that are really preaching the good news. So James, the brother of John, with a sword, and because he saw that it pleases the Jews, he proceeded further to seize Peter also. A lot of churches are closing, and he pleased Satan when he see that people have lost their faith in God. When he see that, you see, there is not a lot of churches. When our fellowship in God go down, it pleases Satan. You might not see maybe a Herod in our generation now saying that, let us and maybe capture all the pastors and put them in prison. You might not see it like this. But anytime a man fellowship in God is gone down, anytime a man don't worship God anymore, this pleases Satan. And it pleased Herod that James was killed. And because he saw that it pleases the Jews, he proceeded further to seize Peter. And these are all strategies. Peter was the rock. So Herod, the enemy who was using Herod, went for the pillars of the church. Maybe Herod was not around when Jesus was so on you about my church. Maybe Herod was not in the conversation at that time. But when he wanted someone else, he took Peter. And all these are symbolism. He was not just arresting anyone, killing. So you will see that maybe someone is going through a lot of attacks in his life. You might see that maybe someone is losing a lot of things. Maybe that person is going through affliction. And many a times you might be thinking, oh, maybe he's done a sin or whatever. But sometimes it's because of what he's doing for God. His workplace, sometimes many people don't even, they don't see the person. You see, it doesn't even matter what the person might be doing a lot of good things, but no. Why? Because of what God is using that person to do. That person has become a public enemy, and you don't know what the crime that the person has done. These are the schemes, because now Herod is not working with that physical. These are all the schemes of the spirit. So if you go down again, if you go to the 4. So when he had arrested him, they put him in prison and delivered him to four squads of soldiers to keep him, intending to bring him before the people after Passover. Peter was there and kept in prison, but constant prayer, somebody don't like this place. But constant prayer. But constant prayer. But constant prayer. But constant prayer. They did not stop Did they not have the promise? He said, upon you I shall build my church, and the gate of hell. Upon you I'll do this. Upon you I'll do this. But they were constantly praying. And when I talk about prayer, it's not only when you come here in your sacred place, you pray. I'm not talking about when we come here and we meet as a church. Sometimes we can be limited because of time. But they kept praying. Peter was therefore kept in prison. Yes, I've read the 5. And when Herod was about to bring him out, the night Peter was sleeping, bound with 2 chains between 2 soldiers. And the squad before his door were keeping the prison. Now behold, an angel of the Lord stood by him, and a light shone in the prison, and he struck Peter on the side and raised him up, saying, arise quickly, and his chains fell off his hands. Then the angel said to him, gird yourself and tie on your sandals and your garment, and follow me. And the 9. So he went out and followed him, and did not know that what was done by the angel was real. I believe he felt that he was even in a dream. So I believe that what was going on in that time, he felt that am I in a dream? But it was real. And when they walked past the first and the second guard post, they came to the iron gate that leads to the city, which opened to them off on its own accord. And they went out and went down one street, and immediately the angel departed. If you want to go further, the Bible said, and when Peter went forward to the place they were praying, James' mother was there interceding with them. And it's so funny. His child is dead. James' mother could have got every reason to be mourning. Maybe, because he's lost a child. But the word of the Lord make us know he was with them, and they were praying. The Bible said after he has been delivered from the prison, the iron gate needed to open itself. Church, there is an iron gate here in Oldham that needs to be opened for the people of Oldham to worship God. There is an iron gate that is here. We have not been sent here to come and just play church, but we are here that the iron gate that is in Oldham needs to be open for people to worship God. So it will not make sense we are praying and shouting our head off, but until Oldham say God, we can't keep quiet. And until you say God, you can't keep quiet until your own chains around your feet has been broken for you to go through the iron gate. Amen. Peter was gifted and powerful that has sat with God, but was arrested, and there was chains on his leg. And until the chains of the anointed Peter has been broken, Peter can go through the iron gate. There is an ancient gate that everyone see themselves to be stuck there. Whether you believe in God or you don't believe in God, there is a time you need a gate to be open for you. They have put him in prison. They have thrown him there. They have put in guards everywhere. And on top of it all, the city iron gate is closed. So even if you can have an escape, you can't go through the iron gate. You see, the iron gate is like there's like the last thing to go through. But the Bible let us know that because of the power that raised Jesus Christ from death, you see, that gate was open. And because of the same power that is here, if we are going to be obedient and believe in God, God will open that iron gate. And on top of it all, that gate in your life will got to be open. And if you go down, because of time, I'll just jump. But they said to her, you were beside her, so I just want to. Let me jump to the bay. Now Peter continued knocking, and when they opened the door, I think it was before, but they said besides kept it. They were outdoor praying as Peter knocked at the door of the gate. A girl named Rhoda, when the 14th one recognized Peter. Because of her gladness, she did not open the gate but ran in to announce to Peter and stood before. But they said to her, you are beside yourself, yet kept insisting. So they said, it's his angel. Church, although they were praying, but when the victory even came, they felt like, maybe is this really God? You see, God answered their prayer no matter what, whether they were believing that it can be possible or whatever it is. The prayer that they did was still answered to them. But church, one of the things we cannot go through is praying without you not believing that God can do it. We can go through that. That is something we can go through that. In the case of Peter, no matter what it is, Peter was released from the prison, but we can go through that. You see, we got to trust and believe in God of an answer prayer, that whatever we are praying for, we got to have faith in God that God will do it. Amen. So that when it happens, you might not believe yourself. And this take me back to Jericho. You see, they needed to walk around the place and believe that they can take it. The Bible let us know wherever your soul fish are tread, God will give it to you. So you got to believe in the situation that God will do it. Yes. You got to walk around it. Although we are not in it, although we have not seen an overflow, although God is not bringing plenty to us, but we got to believe in God that He will win the souls for Himself. Amen. Yes. So they walk around it to believe that they can take it. But in Acts 12, they prayed, and when Peter was released, they were thinking, oh, maybe it's an angel. But church, I pray that don't be your case. That you got to believe, whichever, you got to know that God will come in the situation. So church, we are going to pray. I personally will not know the gate that is closed in your life. But I know the gate that I got to open. I know what is in my hands I got to do. So church, you will got to have that. You will have to know that between you and God. Yes. You don't need a prophet to tell you that. You don't need somebody to come and prophesy to you and tell you that, oh, this is what you are facing. You know please, I want us to be on our feet. And because of time, we are going to use the next 30 minutes, to pray. Because I am not believing in the protocols we have. But you see, I got to believe in God for the open gate of the iron gate. So church, we are praying.